coping in the worldwide pandemic lockdown. Been quite stressful in the early months anyway, and gradually coming out of it now in the UK. Hope you're doing all right over there in the other parts of the world. Hopefully if these videos go out there, don't know where they go. Anyway, it's raining today. I had a lot of sun in the UK, so I thought I'd do a bit of baking today, a bit of inspiration, a nice cake, a walnut brittle and chocolate cake. Now, Clive has left me. No Clive anymore. Oh, he's gone. In fact, he's got a job at the Fishermen of England in Warsaw, which is a fishing shop. What can I say? There you go. Well, we'll see if we can get somebody else, but at the moment it's just me and thee doing these recipes. So let's start with the ingredients. We'll go through it. Now for the sponge cake, you're going to need 225 grams of self-raising flour. You're going to need 225 grams of castor sugar, 4 eggs, I've used 4 medium eggs, 2 tablespoons of instant coffee with 2 tablespoons of water. Just mix that together. A teaspoon of baking powder and 225 grams of softened butter. Now just let this stand out the fridge for an hour and just soften down. Otherwise just put in the microwave on defrost slowly, very slowly. Just get that softened down. So that's for the sponge. Now the brittle, you're going to need 50 grams of walnuts, and then you're going to need, I've just got to consult, 75 grams of castor sugar. So that's for the brittle that's going to go into the cake. Now finally, for the buttercream filling, which goes in the centre of the cake and it's spread on the top, you're going to need 150 grams of softened butter. Once again, softened butter. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of milk. 2 teaspoons of milk. Then you're going to need 450 grams of icing sugar. And then finally, you're going to need 1 teaspoon of instant coffee, again with 1 teaspoon of water. Just mix that together. So that's all the ingredients. Now also, you're going to need a large mixing bowl, wrecking the place, a small bowl, 2 20 centimetre, those are 8 inches, approximately 20 centimetre sponge cake tins. You can have loose bottomed or non-loose bottomed, then line them with baking parchment. It's not barking, baking parchment. And what you do there is just grease the bottoms with some softened butter and stick the baking parchment on top. The butter helps stick and just give it a good greasing. And then your equipment, you're going to need a whisk. If you haven't got a whisk, you can use a manual whisk. You could use a food mixer if you wanted to. This hand whisk, this electric whisk seems to do the job. And also, you're going to need a food processor. And that's it. Oh, one more item. A nice pan. This is for making the caramel. And that's about it. So there's your ingredients. So we'll go on to the process. Okay, this is the simple bit, making the sponge cake. Grab your bowl, set your oven, 180, that's 160 fan, gas mark 4. That's it, that's just warming up. There you go. And all you've got to do is bung all those ingredients into your mixing bowl. In goes the self-raising flour, 4 eggs, the castor sugar, the softened butter, the instant coffee with the water, and the 1 teaspoon 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Nice and simple so far. These sponge mixes, they're basically all the same. Just adding a bit of flavour to them. They're all 225 grams of sugar, 225 grams of butter, 225 grams of flour and a bit of baking powder. That's about it to make a sponge cake, a few eggs. There we go. So grab the whisker, put that in, and here we go. There we are, all mixed up. Grab your sandwich tins, grab a spoon, and we're going to put the mixture, well, half the mixture into one tin and half the mixture into the other tin. That's it. Put it in the sink to wash up. Always wash up as you go along. Keep a tidy kitchen, that's what I say. Right, now what we need to do is smooth that out. I like to use a palette knife and just smooth the mixture evenly into the tins. Okay, all smoothed down. You need to put these in the oven for 25 minutes. So I'm just going to pop them in for 25 minutes. We'll put them in there, why not? Good idea. No good if they don't go in. Anyway, there we go. 1, 2, and that's 25 minutes. Meanwhile, over the last 2, 3, possibly 3 months, the weather here in the UK has been absolutely blinding. When I say blinding, I mean hot. Beautiful. Had lots of local walks and there's lots of wildlife appeared because people haven't been about. And we've only just been able to go out really in the last 2 months. To walk, you can walk on your own, then you can walk with one person, now you can walk with 6 people. And we're just about getting there, so I've done a lot of footage of local wildlife, etc. So we'll have a little interlude and you may just enjoy this. It's very relaxing. I'll try and put some nice bit of music on in the background to chill you out and to zone out with the wildlife. See you in a bit. Just while they're cooking away in the oven, and I hope you'll enjoy the little interlude there, we're going to do the walnut brittle. So grab your walnuts, get yourself a little frying pan and heat it up on a medium heat on the hob. Just bung in the walnuts and we're just going to fry them off, sort of heat them up for about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, that's been 3-4 minutes, they're just toasted. Don't want to burn them, so just be careful. So I'm just going to take those off the heat and pop them into your little bowl and put them to one side. We'll put the pan away. Meanwhile, grab your saucepan and put 2 tablespoons of cold water into your saucepan, and grab your castor sugar and pour it in. Then pop it on the hob on a low heat and let that sugar dissolve till it's clear. That's literally took 30 seconds. Now you need to turn up the heat, and you can boil that until it starts to caramelise. So boil it away until it starts to caramelise. It's going to take a few minutes. So keep an eye on it until it starts going to a golden brown. Right, that's just been 5 minutes now. It should be caramelising now. So let's have a look. Yes, it's starting to go a golden brown. So we're just going to take that off the heat. Just bring it over the camera. You can see, I don't know if you can see there, it is a nice golden brown. And that's going to start, it will keep going darker as time goes on. Now grab your walnuts, pop them in, give them a swirl. Lovely. So they all get coated. Can I get a spoon? Nice and coated. Then grab some bark. It's not barking parchment, it's baking parchment, Gerald. Right, okay. Baking parchment. And we're going to pour that mixture onto the baking parchment. Here we go, nice and sticky. Get it on there before it starts hardening. That's it. Lovely. Now, just pop that to one side, and that needs to harden completely. And we'll come back to that a little later. Back again. Am I back? Yes, I'm back. Difficult without Clive. Got to fed again him. I keep checking the camera. You're doing it your own. You're all, what can I say? Anyway, 25 minutes. The sponge mixture has been in the oven for 25 minutes. It's about time to take it out. So, grab the trusty oven gloves. Never use your hands. That would be absolutely ridiculous. But here we go, we get them out. And yes, they look all right. They have risen quite nicely. There we go. And what we have to do is the skewer test. Now, we've done this before just to make sure they're cooked all the way through. You don't want any gooiness on your skewer. So pop the skewer in, out it comes, and it's clean. So in a nutshell, those are cooked. Now we need to leave those to cool down. So while they're cooling down, we're going to make the buttercream filling. Right, buttercream filling. Large mixing bowl, electric whisk, and we're going to put in the softened butter. We're going to put in the icing sugar, powdery. Put in the milk, 2 tablespoonfuls, and the last ingredient is the instant coffee. In she goes. And I think we've got everything there, and we're going to get the whisk, and we're going to whisk that up into a nice buttery consistency. Okay, that's done. Now we're just going to put that to one side, and we need to grab the brittle that we made earlier, and we need to halve that like so. Excellent. So we grab the 1/2 and then just put it in your food processor and we're going to blitz it. Well, we would blitz it if it was plugged in. So, plug in your food processor and blitz it. That's done. Unplug the food processor, plug back in the whisk. Now the other half of your brittle, you need to get a rolling pin, if I can find one, and we're just going to bash that on the chopping board. That's for your topping. So there we go, that's done. Push that to one side. Bring back your buttercream mixture. Grab your brittle that you blitzed. Put it into the buttercream mixture. Whoops. And give that a whisk. And that's it. We're all ready. Quite simple. Simple. I haven't said that today, I don't think, have I? Anyway, that's ready to put in the centre of the sponges on the top, and we put the last bit of brittle on the top to finish it off. So we'll come back to that in a bit when the cakes, well, the sponge mixture has cooled down. Okay, gastronauts, we're on to the final stages of the cake. So, get yourself a sponge and plonk some of the butter mix onto one of the sponges, and you need to spread it on, I like the palette knife, over the cake. There we go. Now, grab the top of the other sponge and just squish him down a little bit. That's fine. And then we're going to top the cake with the rest of the mixture. There we go. Then get the rest of that brittle we smashed with the rolling pin and just sprinkle it round the edge. This is for presentation. Presentation's important. You eat with your eyes first, remember that. And then secondly, you eat with your taste. And that's about it, guys. Okay, guys, walnut brittle and coffee cake done. As I always say, simple. Only a sponge mix, bit of coffee, bit of walnuts. There you go. I've just sliced a nice piece off there. So here we go. Just gonna, whoa, it's a bit gooey, but here we go. I think you might need a flipping a fork with this. Probably some cream on. Oh! Oh! Man! If you like coffee, you're going to love that. Definitely get us. Well, we'll get one. Yeah, a fork. Probably a nice bit of ice cream with that. some coffee ice cream. What a good idea. Oh. Fabulous. Great with coffee, of course, yeah. Have it with your coffee. Some coffee ice cream. Wow. Very good. Now, that can go in the fridge if you want. Or, once it's cooled down, well, it's cooling down, you can put it in an airtight container. It's going to keep for 2 or 3 days. And that's it. I hope you like that one. Back to baking, back to simplicity. So if you like what you saw, press the subscribe button, press the like button, press the share button, whatever you do with the buttons. There is a subscribe button down in the corner, somewhere on the right I think, if you want to press that. And share it. I hope you like what you saw, as I say once again, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Gel's Kitchen. See you soon.